All right, so we've had a look at the main attacks now, pulling the arm down, where we can transition to the back or start to attack the Kimura. Keep in mind, once you've got the Kimura locked, there's several other submissions that you can chain onto that. Kimura is just sort of your starting point. Once you've either mastered the Kimura, okay, or you'll start to find your partner starts to defend against it, okay, several ways. That's when you can start to transition to other submissions such as your triangles, to Rica Plata, arm bars, etc., or even leg attacks. From here now, we'll have a look at one of the other great submissions you can do from the side, or starting off from the side control, which is the arm triangle, okay? And this is involved when your partner starts to sort of bring the arm a bit higher, all right? So if they start to frame under the chin, again, I want to try to keep my head nice and low, but if they start to sneak that under, I want to use my left underhook here to start to lift the elbow up, and then I lift my head over and start to place it under the arm. I actually drop my head to the my left knee over, like so, and I kind of drag my head up the tricep, okay? And then in front of the tricep, so almost in front of the bicep there, because I want to lock my partner's arm in place beside their neck. I'm going to then start to lift the head up, and I start to bring my arm nice and deep, all right? So I start to lift my right arm as deep as possible through that gap, all right? And then I can start to lock up a gable grip on this side. Once I've actually stepped over into the mount, so you'll do exactly the same as we did before, where I kind of like pressure the knee back and then step over. I'm now going to rotate my right shoulder back towards my partner's chest. So I actually sit back a little bit, put my right shoulder into the chest, and then I start to pressure it up into the neck. Now to finish, I'm going to start to rotate my forehead to my partner's forehead. So I actually want to start to pull the arm back down, okay, and I bring my forehead to my partner's forehead. Now it's some simple down pressure into the neck, and you start to squeeze to then finish. Keep in mind with my right elbow, I'm also sort of sucking that in and across my partner's shoulders like this. Okay, so I'm not just dropping my shoulder or trying to pull, I'm actually pulling it across and in that motion. So again, we're here, okay, your partner's brought the elbow up, so I actually want to punch it up, and I bring my head down to the mat. I have to go to that mount transition, push the knee back, step over, making sure my ear and my head is blocking the arm from coming out. Lock up your gable grip. You're then going to rotate your right shoulder back onto the chest, okay? Keeping that head nice and tight at all times. And then you'll start to push the shoulder up into the neck, okay? Now you're going to go forehead to forehead. And now from here, you can actually start to squeeze. You can lift your hips up, so you can almost do like a tripod here. And then I start to pull that right elbow into the neck to then finish, okay? So the 2 points here, the main points are getting your right shoulder and bicep tight to the neck on one side, so it needs to be flush against the neck, pressuring, and that's why you pull the arm across, so the bicep actually cuts into the front of your partner's neck. The other side is your partner's shoulder, okay, and arm. If it's too high against the head, it's not going to work, so we need to push using our ear and head. That's why we kind of drag the arm down. So if we can push the arm down like this into their chest, this is actually better, okay, rather than the arm be too far up. So we want the arm down, like so, okay, and we use our head to do that. And that's why we go forehead to forehead. Because as I push my head across, I'm actually pushing my partner's bicep and shoulder into the other side of the neck. And that's what causes the choke. So I lift the head up, get my bicep flush, all right? So when I lift my head up, my partner's head up, that's what I'm doing. I'm adjusting my bicep into the neck. And that's why I push my shoulder down and up. And then on this side, I want to make sure I pull their arm down and then go forehead to forehead to then put pressure on the other side, okay? And then by finishing off with the actual squeeze and down pressure, that's just pushing both sides into the neck to then form that choke itself. So we're here. I've got this, all right. Partner starts to maybe bring in this frame. He's going to push the arm up and go in place using my ear, okay? Still enter the mount the same way, so I still want you to push the knee back so they can't put you in a quarter guard. Step over, okay? Lock up. And now if you need to, you can adjust your right arm. So I pull the partner's head up and walk my hand across as far as I can, making sure I'm trying to get that bicep flush against the neck. If you feel your partner's chin or jaw at all, you're going to need to do that shoulder adjustment where you roll your shoulder back into the chest and then you come back up so you're underneath the jaw and chin. Now I want to get my partner's right arm flush against the neck, so I start to pull it back, rotate forehead to forehead, and now I can start to down pressure. You can step off into side control here if you want to, okay, but it's not necessary. You can finish this easily from mount. So I go forehead to forehead, and then I start to squeeze, pulling my right arm almost towards my hip. So again, pulling it down and in towards my hip, okay?